Welcome, everybody. Since 1970, MPS Limited has been a global leader in developing services and solutions to the scholarly, academic, and corporate learning markets. With over 3,000 employees and 20-plus years of trusted relationships, we've achieved a market cap of over $400 million. Our global presence is backed by 15 delivery centers across 3 continents, ensuring that we can cater to the needs of a diverse international client base. These are our core business offerings. We provide a broad spectrum of tech-driven solutions that range from authoring, editorial, and production services to developing media assets and learning products. Our platform services allow us to manage and deliver content effectively. We also lead in developing interactive learning experiences, including custom e-learning, gamified content, augmented reality, virtual reality products, and that engage learners. Focusing on our scholarly and research business, our value proposition rests on 3 core pillars: end-to-end publishing services and a suite of platforms that address the needs of the entire publishing process. We also offer services that help scholars refine their research. In a moment, I will hand the microphone over to my colleague, Helen Tian, who will explore how China is rapidly advancing STM journal quality and impact through China's STM Journal Excellence Action Plan. She will be followed by Ting Yu from the Chinese Academy of Science, who will discuss the Open Access Journal Index and the goal to promote the healthy development of a global OA ecosystem. As you listen to Helen and Ting, I want you to think about the following. These 2 strategic initiatives from China are aimed at bolstering the quality and global impact of its academic publications. These developments have wide-reaching implications for Western publishers and for global scholarly collaboration, as they challenge established norms and power structures within academic publishing. The Chinese Journal Excellence Action Plan aims to alleviate Chinese journals to elevate Chinese journals to global standards and position them as significant players on the international stage. With strong government backing, these journals are receiving enhanced resources to improve editorial quality, peer review processes, and overall standards. This may encourage Chinese researchers to increasingly publish in domestic journals, challenging Western publishers who will need to adapt to retain these high-quality submissions. Additionally, the creation of the Open Access Journal Index increases the global visibility and access of Chinese researchers, directly competing with Western publishers' dominance in indexing high-impact journals. These Chinese government investments aim to consolidate scholarly publishing power within China, reducing reliance on Western systems and challenging their dominance in specific fields. As Chinese journals gain international visibility and indexing, they will attract both domestic and international researchers, potentially rebalancing academic influences in key field areas like engineering, technology, and natural science. The Open Access Journal Index further enhances global dissemination of research without paywalls, positioning China as a leader in the open access movement. China's efforts to enhance its journal ecosystem could either foster global collaboration or lead to increased fragmentation in scholarly publishing. As Chinese journals improve, Western publishers might find opportunities for co-publication, joint editorial initiatives, and shared open access platforms. However, if Chinese journals become highly competitive and attract a substantial portion of research submissions, especially from Chinese and global scholars, Western journals may experience a decline in submissions, potentially creating regional silos and limiting the exchange of ideas. Western publishers may need to offer more multilingual publications or translation services to engage with the growing Chinese market. They could provide translation services for accepted papers or publish dual language journals, particularly in these fields where Chinese research is prominent. This would help bridge the gap between Chinese researchers and the global audience, making important research accessible in both English and Mandarin. So I'd like to hand it over to Helen now to continue the conversation.
Thank you, Tony. Hello, everyone. My name is Helen Tian, so I'm the general manager for MPS Limited in Greater China. I'm overseeing the business there. Today, I'd like to talk about the China STM Journal Excellence Action Plan. Okay, first of all, let's have a look at the China R&D investment and scientific output. In 2023, China has invested $458 billion in research and development activities. That's accounting for 2.64% of the total GDP, and it has seen 8.1% year-on-year growth on 2022. And the graph shows how the percentage of R&D activities out of GDP has been growing in the past 13 years. In the meantime, in 2023, China has published 740,000 SCI papers, which is accounting almost 30% of the total global publication share. And we are ranking #1 in both publication and the citation perspective. The graph here from Nature Index shows how the China share of SCI papers has been growing in the past 10 years, and we have just surpassed US in 2022 already. Okay, so now I'll talk about the Journal Excellence Action Plan. This is a project jointly launched by 7 government affiliations, including the China Association of Science Technology, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Science Technology, etc. Chinese Academy of Science, of course, as well. So it aims to enhance the journal quality and also the international impact of the China STM journals. In the 5-year cycle, there are 7 projects in total. So it includes sponsorship in the leading journals, in the key journals, echelon journals, the new journals with high starting point, and also the journal cluster pilots to build a publication platform in China, and also train and develop the publication professionals. So it is the largest and the most funded and the widest scoped project that has been launched in China in the journal development area in 2019. 5 years has gone. The phase 1 of the project has finished, and we have achieved a very significant progresses in that project. So nowadays, till now, in China, we have in total 6,000 journals, including Chinese language and English language. The whole project, the sponsorship, has covered more than 400 journals in total, and we have invested more than $200 million in the journal development area. And China-owned English language journals has been growing the impact very much. We can see that from the impact factor perspective, the whole global top 100, in China we have 5 journals already ranked in those top 100 impact factors. For example, Cell Research, that is also one of the top 100 journals. In each specific subject areas, China we have 20 journals ranked top 1 in the specific area, and we have 149 in total ranked in the Q1 impact factor zone by Clarivate statistics. So for example, molecular plant, that is #1 in that area. And I'm posting some very high impact factor journals from China there. Majority of them have received the sponsorship from the government. Like some others, like innovation, may not, but it's also growing very fast. And from platform development perspective, we have made a lot of progress as well. I'm listing the publication platforms that has been built in China. For example, the earliest one is the Science Press, Sci Engine. It has more than 528 journals hosted and published on that platform. And the Science Press, they also developed their own peer review and submission peer review system, which is called SciCloud. So this is completely developed within China by Chinese publishers. And the other one I would like to highlight is a SciOpen that is developed by Tsinghua University Press. It was launched last year here in Frankfurt. It is completely designed and built up within China and got the sponsorship from this Journal Excellence Action Plan. They have already attracted 94 journals to publish on that platform. And out of those 94, there are 12 the newly launched high starting point journals launched just directly on SciOpen. Usually the Chinese journals, they launched, they co-published together with the foreign publishers on the foreign publishers platform, but these 12 are actually launched directly on SciOpen. Very significant achievement from the platform perspective. Another one I would like to highlight is a Chinese medical journal publishing house, and they just recently launched this MedNexus platform. It's also a publication platform focusing on the medical clinical area, and they already hosted 160 Chinese journals and 24 English journals on that platform. So these all benefits from the sponsorship by the government, by this action plan. Now, we're coming into the second phase of the Journal Excellence Plan. And the goal for the second phase is to expand the journal sponsorship. So to develop high quality China-owned English language journals and to develop journal clusters. So we want to build up a group and cluster the journals in the specific subject areas or across disciplines. And to develop our own publication platforms, continue building on that, sponsor on that, and then focus on improving the talent training and talent development. I'll break into the 5 projects now. English journal, Chinese journal, new journals launch, talent development, and journal cluster pilots. So I will just focus on the English journal, new journal, and cluster projects, which is relevant to the foreign publishers, the audience here. Okay, so for English journals, the sponsorship will focus on the criteria, will focus on the journals with global impact already, data stored in China and owned by China. So on the leading journal perspective, we will sponsor 50 journals for the continuous 5 years, and each of them each year will receive no more than $210,000 US. And for the echelon journals, we will sponsor 150 for 5 years continuously, and each of them will receive less than $70,000 US per project per year. And for new journals, we will sponsor no more than 50. Out of those 50, no more than 10 Chinese language. But there's no funding. That is a change. There is no funding for those journal launch, but government will give priorities for the China journal serial number, so they will get that number easier. And talk about journal cluster pilots. The highlight or the priorities is to build on our own journal cluster website portal, our integrated submission and peer review systems to our own developed platform, and also to improve the digital publishing process and promotion platform. So there are 3 types of the sponsorship, and the first type will receive 2.2 million every year. So for 5 years. And for type B, 3.3 million every year times 5 years. And type C, which is less than, is around $700,000 US every year for 5 years. So in total, in phase 2, I did a rough calculation. We will keep sponsoring more than 450 journals in total, including Chinese language, including English language, and total sponsorship, the budget funding will be around 150 million in total. So that's, again, a lot of investment. And I hope today's presentation will give you an overview, a nutshell about how China is focusing and emphasizing the investment on R&D and journal development, and hope that you can take the chance to take the opportunities to collaborate better with Chinese publishers and China Journal, and we together build a better future for China journal development. Thank you. I'll hand over to Professor Yue.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ting Yue from National Science Library, Chinese Academy of Sciences. Today it's my pleasure to be here to introduce a new product or project of our group, Open Access Journal Index, OAJ. As we all know, there is a thriving development of OA publishing. The number of OA publications increased a lot. However, we all see with the rapid development, it will bring some challenges to the research community. Some low-quality publication emerge and raises some research integrity problems. And also, some high APC fees bring some burdens to the research community. And at the same time, we also found for the OA journals, they have more diverse publication patterns. They may have diverse research topics, diverse academic value, and also more and more diverse document types. So under this background, we decided to construct a new Open Journal Index, OAJ. We aim to collect high-quality OA journals and highlight the characteristic of OA journals. So that's the goal of OAJ. This project is developed by two units, My Library NSLC and CEPIEC. So this is a short introduction of My Library NSLC. Our library is the Library of Chinese Academy of Sciences. It has traditional library functions, subscription of the scientific resources of CAS, and also as an institute of CAS, it conducts a master and PhD education. And also, our library also provides some information science and research evaluation for Chinese policymakers. In terms of journal evaluation, our library releases some journal evaluation standards. The most famous and important two are CAS Journal Ranking and Early Warning Journal List. And about CEPIEC, CEPIEC is one of the most influential publication group in China, and its mission is to import and import and export books, journals to promote the dissemination of knowledge and education innovation. At the same time, CE also focuses on OA resource research and practice. I think the most famous product of CE in the term of copyright export is the three-body problem. It is the most famous and well-known science fiction in the world. So the two units established a joint lab around the open access resource evaluation at the end of last year, and the OAJ is the first product of the lab. We plan to release the OAJ at the end of this year. Today we want to give four-part introduction of OAJ. First, some journal information. About the inclusion of OAJ. OAJ is a global OA journal index, so we collect the OA journals all over the world. And we just collect full OA journals. That means hybrid OA journals are not included in our index. And the fields of OAJ covers natural science, social science, humanities, and arts. About the journal selection, we use application review system as the inclusion mechanism. That means the publisher must submit the application first, then we review the journals. So it is a two-way selection process. And also, OAJ also have the exclusion mechanism. The journal in the index are not fixed. We will update regularly. About the update frequency, for the inclusion, we do not have the fixed time. The publisher could apply their journals at any time, and we also review at any time. For the exclusion, the update frequency is annually. And our selection criteria includes 4 parts. This first one, as an academic journals, the journals must make some academic contributions. For all journals, the contributions are more and more diverse, so we will evaluate the contribution from different parts of different aspects. And as a journal is a serious publication, so the journal must comply with some publishing standards. And as an OA journal, it also must be comply with OA publishing standards. And the last one, but is the most important, the journal must hold on research integrity. We will review the journals by the method of peer review. The journal will be reviewed by our selection committee, composed by about 100 leading scientists and publishing experts. The committee will review the journals based on the information in the application forms and some quantity data. The review time of OAJ is about 1 month. And for the application scenarios of OAJ, we think we have many types of users. For the researchers, OAJ could provide an OA journal platform as a submission reference. And for the policymakers, OAJ could provide some evaluation to support their decision. And for the publishers, OAJ could describe or explore some characteristics of OA journals and help them to monitor their development of their journals. And finally, for the libraries, OAJ could provide some reference criteria for selecting their high-quality OA journals. Finally, I conclude the characteristic of our product. So for OAJ, we just collect full OA journals. So we aim to promote the development of OA publishing. And also we give equal evaluation opportunities to the journals have not been indexed by any databases to promote the diversity of academic publishing. And the OAJ is not just a journal ranking. We want to provide a comprehensive profile of OA journals, especially focused on the OA characteristics such as academic value, document type, and researcher integrity. And based on those characteristics, we will evaluate the journals using different evaluation methods. And we will design many new indicators to make the evaluation result more objectively. So that's all. Thank you. OAJ is an ongoing project, so welcome for give us some suggestions and comments. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions or comments from the audience? Okay, then if there's no further questions, and feel free to contact us from MPS and also from National Science Library, Chinese Academy of Science, and we'll welcome any comments, any suggestions, and any discussions about open access, about China journal development, and STM publishing in China. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.